Good morning. This is psychic medium Danielle Garcia with your forecast for this week. Today is July 28th, and let's just talk about a little bit about what's coming in this week. First of all, how did you survive last week? Last week was a heck of a doozy. So many different emotional waves of energy coming in. The Schumann resonance just seemed to be bouncing off the walls. Lots of different galactic energies, astrological energies, just so much coming in. A pretty rough emotional ride for lots of us. So hats off to you. Pat yourself on the back for surviving it. You know, that's the thing about all these different vibes that are going on in the world right now. You know, we're in this together. And remember, so far you have survived 100% of the different challenges that have come up in your life. So keep that in mind as you're looking down that road and trying to figure out what your next move is. Perseverance is a huge theme for this week. How will you persevere? This is a week to look at, okay, what's working in my life? What's not working in my life? If it's not working, how can I change my perspective on that? Is this time to lay down some boundaries? Is this time to beat feet and leave? And to also have gratitude for what is currently working in your life. It's very easy right now to get waylaid with the anger and the fear and the overwhelm, etc. So practicing gratitude this week as well as grounding are going to be your best friends. You will persevere. Just remember, every time you're stuck, if that hamster wheel spinning kind of thoughts just keep going over and over in your mind, how am I going to get through this? When am I going to get through this? Are we going to survive this? All of those different things lower your vibe. We all go into them. We're all human, well, at least most of us. So cut yourself some slack. Give yourself a break. The Lionsgate portal is open and will be for some time. So this also brings forward an opportunity for great healing. With great healing, also old wounds will open. Think about like an infection that is set in the body, right? It's deep in here and it starts coming to the surface and oozing out. So some issues that you may have thought you were done with will come up this week. Some relationships that you thought you were done with may come up this week. Some different career relationships, career connections may come up this week. It's also a week to look and see how you feel about the abundance in your life. What are you doing to manifest and how is that working for you? Is it working for you? This is a time to align with your spirit, with your soul, with your connection to Creator. How are you doing that? Are you doing a daily practice? Are you speaking with like-minded people? If you're feeling alone, if you're feeling off-center, go out of your comfort zone. This is the time to phone a friend. This is the time to, reach out and throw that lifeline out and say, hey, please catch me because I'm having a difficult time. Again, we're in this all together. There's so many different confusing energies out there. What I would remind you to do and what I would suggest that you do is sometime within your day, whether it's your prayer time, your mantra time, your meditation time, set the intention to see truth. Close your eyes, connect with Source, connect with your higher self, and say, show me truth. Show me what I need to see. Make available to me the truth that will help and assist me for the highest, greatest good. If you're feeling waylaid by social media, by the news, of everything that's going on in this world, and it's time to take a step back and cut the cords with that energy. You are responsible for what you tap into. If you're feeling anger and rage over things, it's okay to have that charge, absolutely. But if it's affecting you an hour later, a day later, a week later, think of how that's affecting not only your emotional state, but your mental state and also your physical state. Because your physical body can't create all the great hormones that it does and all the great chemicals that it does to balance you out, as well as help and assist you with your immune system upkeep, if you're hanging on to anger and fear and distrust and overwhelm. Sometimes continuing to think about how bad this world is manifests that faster and can actually take a great toll on your life. So be incredibly careful what you're tapping into. With this Lionsgate portal that's open, it makes available to us vibrations and energies that that we didn't have, say, a week ago or last month. So this is the time for great change. So hold on tight. Do your spiritual practice. Make a list of what it is you're ready to release. Make a list of what you're ready to manifest. It's a time to align with your truth and also your self-worth. So for those of us that have some types of self-insecurity or self-worth issues, you may start having different visions, different dreams, different recollections of things that have gone on in your childhood that perhaps made you insecure, or things that have gone on within your life that have made you feel less than. Allow yourself to see those things as the observer, because that isn't truth. We are all worthy of love. We are all worthy of abundance. We are all worthy of the greater good. Not one of us deserves any less than the other. We're not here to suffer. We're not here to be less than. We're not here to be suffering, right? We're not here to sacrifice. So take a look as those things may come up for you and ask for what you're here to learn from that. What can you learn from those certain things? What of those core lessons, core woundings, do you continue to vibe off of? And how is that serving your purpose? You know, if you're feeling really bad about yourself, is that helping you? Is that adding to your life experience? What can you do to shift that? Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. So I'm going to do a card draw also about the energies of this week. My first draw from this deck that I got, it's called Akashic Therapy by Amanda Romania. So here it is, Akashic Records Oracle cards. So let me draw a few cards and we'll see what comes through. Here we go, popping out of the deck again. Ancestors, beautiful card, okay? This means that you have loads and loads and loads and loads of support as we work through this time together. Interesting as this shows the world, right? The world right now is in the midst of healing. So we can focus on that healing or we can focus on that separation. It's totally up to us. The ancestors also, it's not just in alignment with your family line. It's figuring out those relationships involved with family that you need to have a better boundary. And sometimes even with family, we need to walk away for our highest, greatest good. Just because someone is related to us doesn't necessarily mean that they're a positive impact on our life. Think about that as you move through the following weeks and take a really, really close look at your relationships with family. Call forward the ancestors, meaning the ancestors that have walked before us. How can you connect with those higher vibrations of the impact and knowledge and experiences that they have had to help and assist you at this current time in our now? Clarity, beautiful card. You know, when I feel this card, it's about becoming clear this week, and it's also about realizing the ripple effect. Okay, one drop in the water creates a ripple. As you feel, as you heal, or as you immerse yourself in anger or wounding, you're affecting everyone around you. So think about what's going on in the world right now, right? So if we've got a lot of people that are angry and they're rioting and they're protesting, well, that's like a wildfire that just spreads, right? What do we do to counterbalance that? Do we speak to them? Do we pray for them? Do we send light to them? Do we send light to the world? That's a choice for every individual. Wow, everybody's popping out now. Okay. So think about how you're affecting the people around you as well as the world around you. All right, out of these guys, I am drawn to this card. Creative writing. Beautiful card as well, right? This is about you writing your own story. No matter what's going on in the world around you, you are the author of your story. You get to decide what characters you develop. You get to decide who you connect with. You get to decide on what location and what the theme is of your story. So if you're not happy about something, rewrite it. Crown chakra. This is all about your connection to spirit, your connection to source. Really important this week. Again, make sure you're doing some type of spiritual practice that will help you navigate through these energies. Release and let go. Beautiful card, and the last card in this draw. Butterflies are about transformation. They're about beauty. They're about taking flight. They're about seeing beyond, seeing above, having the perspective of having the higher perspective. This is about letting go, just like what I was speaking about before. Let those old wounds come to the surface so you can let them go fully and completely. Aren't you tired of being weighted down with the crap? Think about how that's serving you. If you keep continuing on the same relationship, the same wounding, the same person that did you wrong, holding on to that isn't helping you. Cut the cord, set a boundary, move on, kiss them goodbye. Kick them in the ass if you have to. Not literally. I am not promoting violence. Mostly. But anyway, this is another kind of roller coaster week. Could be. But if you started on the roller coaster and you're screaming your head off, that's time to take a step back. What's really going on? What are you plugging into? What's your responsibility? Your responsibility is how you feel. You can't blame anybody else in the world for how you feel, because that's your responsibility, which is beautiful and wonderful, because if you don't like how you're feeling, you can change it. And with those thoughts in mind, I wish you a blessed week and happy creating whatever it is you wish your life to be.